Hello everyone, and welcome to Northwatch Tabletop Studio. This is a project myself, Dan and Scott and Jim have been undergoing for a good couple of months now, and things are starting to come to fruition, as you can see. The table is more or less finished, cameras are in place, and yeah, I still need to pick a colour for the back wall. Don't worry about that, that's work in progress. But yeah, we are starting to get to a point where we are now thinking forwards and thinking about inviting more people down. I know I've invited a couple of guys down recently, likes of Jay, likes of Matt, for a friendly game off camera kind of thing, but we're not far away really from pressing that go live button, which is why I'm recording this video to put to YouTube, and I'll be sharing in obviously a few various Discords, the local clubs in the area. So, because a lot of you guys kind of know what's going on, but you've just seen like those snapshots and little bits and pieces. So I thought I'd give everyone a bit more of a behind the scenes look, shall we say. So how it basically works is there would either be one or two people would come down. If it's two people, I don't have to play, don't have to be on camera. I can direct and sit in my chair over there. If it's just myself and one other, basically come down. We obviously predetermine like lists and mission and stuff like that beforehand, so I can get the terrain all set up ready for when you get here, just to kind of cut time down. Kind of planning on doing at the minute, maybe start off with 2 streams a month. Doesn't sound like a lot, I know, but early doors, there's going to be a lot of teething issues. Like obviously these overlays here, they are just a placeholder at the moment, but like trying to adjust all the scores and stuff like that remotely from over here, it's going to be a learning curve for myself. Oh, excuse me. It's like, yeah, it's 25 to 12 at the minute I'm recording this. But yeah, what would happen is all the not the boring stuff, all the predetermined stuff will be set up before you come down. I would have all the terrain laid out. You would come in, unload your army, sort of thing, and then you would get one of these wireless lavalier mics. They would kind of clip onto yourself. I would have one, or 2 people would have one each. If it's not me playing, you could be playing against Scott, Dan, Jim, who are also members of the Northwatch team. That's all, that's all formalities that we would sort out as we get into this. But yeah, this is the main sort of camera, main scene, shall we say. The reason why it's set up like this, by the way, is rather than a traditional game where you would stand on this side of the table and another person would stand on the other side, so you kind of got that table as a bit of a divide, and this is my side of the table and I'm coming for yours. Both people would be here. Generally, this will be my kind of corner if I'm playing, mainly because I've got all my tools and like my mouse and bits and pieces for working with the stream while we're doing things live. Get onto that in a bit. And then anyone coming down, this would be this sort of like your area. So when it comes to setting up, I would then flip to this camera, bosh, and then depending on the mission and deployment zone, we would have a lovely little monitor that you could look at in front of us, which wouldn't be seen on camera, but what you guys on camera would see is this lovely top-down view, and then you get to see all of the different deployment zones. You've got search and destroy. Right, I've done that one wrong. But yeah, you get all the different deployment zones, and what that actually does is when it comes to deploying your army, it makes it much easier because you're not having to litter dice all over the field. You can just look straight at the big screen and just look at the blue or red area depending on what you're on. Once that is done, we would obviously have then a roll-off to see who would go first. And as an example right now, as you can see, I have my coveted Imperial Guard on the table and my recent love of my orcs. So orc player would roll to go first, they got a 3, and then the guard player rolls a 2, so the orcs go first. So what I would probably do is I'd then switch back to a different camera while we're sorting bits and pieces out. Give you like a minute or 2 to work out a strategy. Going forwards with the cards, I will probably make an overlay. But I haven't got the time or resources right now, so we'll probably just draw cards traditionally. You would draw your cards, do your command stuff, And then when it gets to actually moving, I would then flip back to the top-down camera, and then you go, right, I'm going to start moving my guys. So the orc, I'll just do a couple of easy ones because they can advance and do silly stuff. I'll advance the storm boys for a total of an extra 2 inches, so they get to go 14. Tape measure's in my pocket. Where's my tape measure gone? So, you know, you could just send them up the field. Or don't pick up the terrain, you idiot. You know, basically you just do all your movement with this view, because it gives you, the viewer, a good idea of what's going on. Battle Wagon will also advance, because I want to do things with it. Wow. Battle Wagon wants to go. So it's a 15-inch movement. So it basically go like that, and like that. I'm doing things very vaguely. And then the Death Dread will move through the small terrain to there. Once all the movement has been done, I know there's like Death Copters and things around here that I haven't moved. But once the movement's been done, we would then move back to the main camera, the sort of main event scene, shall we call it. Guard player will be like contemplating doing their Overwatch, because obviously in 11th now, Overwatch is at the end of phase. And then it would kind of go on to the orc shooting. So I'll just use, as an example, I use the Death Dread. I'm going to put the Death Dread into the Lehman Russ. So he's got 2 rocket launchers on him, gives me 4 shots. So then the orc player will roll to do their hits. So hitting on 5 because I'm an orc. I'm going to re-roll that one because it is cocked. That's 2 hits. And then strength 9 to toughness 11. I'm wounding on 5s again. 1 went through. So that would be a case of then the Imperial Guard player should really know my stats by now. I'm pretty sure that's AP2. So the Lehman Russ is on a 4-up save now. Absolutely fine. That's how it works, you know. The dice cams here might make it a little bit bigger so it's easy to read and see. But that's kind of the idea of stuff. So you would do all your shooting from here, models would get picked up, blah, 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 as they die. Then moving into the charge phase, I would then flip back to this screen. And then, then using like, I'd probably have something nicer than the tape measure. But the idea is, you go, right, I want to charge. So I'm going to charge my Death Dread, and like, I'm like, do I go for the Taurox or do I go for the Lehman Russ? Or I could even go for that Sentinel there. So I'll roll for the charge. I get a 6. And I'm pretty sure that's going to get me... That's not going to get me anything because you've got to round up now. So I'd have to CP reroll that. With a 10, I'm going to go straight for the Taurox because I know there's juicy inventory inside of that. And then, yeah, it'd be the same sort of thing. Battle Wagon's going to do a charge. No, it's not. Well, I could probably just reverse it into the Sentinels, but you get the idea. Once all the charges have been concluded, then go back to here, and then you start doing your melee stuff. So on a 2 to 5, it does mortals, D3 mortals for 2 mortal wounds on the Taurox. And then it would do its, obviously, do its normal attacks. I don't know why I'm rolling through this. It's just, I like practicing because I'm still learning my Orc army. 2 Dreadclaws gives it 5, hitting on 3s, boop, boop. And then I'm wounding on 3s. So that's 3 AP2 for the Imperial Guard. So that'll be, I want to say that's 5 ups on a Taurox. So 2 go through. You kind of get the gist. This is how it would be. So yeah, it would either be like, as I say, it'd be one person could come down, or you and a friend could come down, and I could just basically manage the stream. But I'm just wanting to start putting the word out now, so people can see what's going on. They can see the idea, see the plan. I am based in Carlisle, so I know travel for some of you will be a little bit more difficult, but if we've got plenty of time to work things out, then it makes life easier. At the minute, there will generally be more evening time. That's based down to the fact that I've got a kid and stuff like that, and I generally do his bedtime. So like, I'm thinking that the minute streams will probably start around 7 PM UK time. That's not set in stone, but the main thing for me is once we get going, I want to have a solid schedule that we stick to so people know when to tune in and find us. But yeah, honestly, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Discord. I actually need to make a Discord server for this as well. I might do that before I upload this. But yeah, that's the idea. I would love to get as many people down as I can. I feel like this is the start of a very new and exciting journey. I've been doing YouTube and Twitch for the best part of 10 years now, I'd say. I think my YouTube channel actually was made in 2016. And I've been doing that properly for the last 4 years. And I you know, like 33,000 subscribers on there or something. I've got like 6,500 on Twitch. But I've kind of fell out of love with gaming and the sort of mill sim stuff that I used to do. Whereas this is kind of this was something I was passionate about as a kid. And I've recently got back into this. And I love the social aspect of this. You know, I love the strategy. I love the model side of it. And I love the gaming side. Honestly, like everything to do with this just ticks every single box for me. And I want to see if we can build something from the ground up here. And I think we've got the potential to build a fantastic community here in the Northwest. And it would be a pleasure and an honor to get people down. And yeah, I think we're not too far away. We're not too far away from maybe going live with a few scuffed streams, shall we call it. Get a few guys involved, even if you just want to watch. But yeah, that's the kind of idea. You can see the concept, you can see how things are going to work as things go forward and as time goes forward, as things progress. Things like this won't be here anymore. This will be mounted to the ceiling and I'll have a better camera looking down. This would be better resolution. Same with the camera down here. That camera is actually pretty decent. That used to be my old stream, my old stream webcam. But it needs to be mounted to the ceiling, not on a big stand on the floor like it is currently. And I still need to get the wall mounted monitor over here so everyone can read chat. And that's kind of the other reason why I want a big monitor on that wall, because A, when setting up, you can see the deployment zone, but B, when the stream's going on, like say if like I'm busy doing some movement, you can read chat and interact with folk as well. It doesn't have to just be me. There may be a couple of good questions pop up, and because you know we've got people with vast amounts of knowledge that will be coming down. One of the things that people do watch these things for is to learn. And if you guys have the knowledge and you see the question, by all means, feel free to answer that question. You'll be really helping someone out by doing so. And again, helps create that sense of community here. But yeah, I kind of think that's all there is. It is now, it is now midnight. I've left this a bit late in the day. And yeah, honestly, I say any questions, just ask away. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're interested, especially. The more people that subscribe, obviously the better things start moving forwards for us. And yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to hitting that live button the first day. I'm really, really looking forward to it. But yeah, I would give you all a bit of a behind the scenes look at how things are. Please ignore the sunglasses. I've got a bit of a migraine coming on. Nothing to do with these lights. It's just been a long day and this makes life much easier for me. And I think that's all there is to this. I've probably forgot some things, but I can easily do a follow-up video. Yeah, thank you all for your time. I hope to hear from you pretty soon, and I'm looking forward to getting some of you all down. Take care, guys. Much love. Good night.